Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Lee.
And we are the Rewinders. We get out there, we watch some movies that we used to watch as kids and see if they hold up. This time we watched American Ninja.
Why did we watch this movie?
Well, it's because it's one of your
childhood
movies.
It is one of my childhood movies.
Yeah.
Last week we did The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Through our discussions, we're talking about swordplay and things like that, and so you saw that as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And so this was my movie that I saw as a kid that introduced me to ninjas.
Well, to be honest, The Princess Bride didn't introduce me to ninjas.
Okay, well, for swordplay for you, this was, I guess, the similar idea.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it influenced me greatly, and I think I even saw this before Ninja Turtles got big.
Ooh.
I think it probably happened very, very close to this around the same time, 8, 9, or 10 or something when I saw this thing, and it blew my little child mind. And I'm not too sure if this was the first ninja movie I saw, but it's the one that probably stuck with me the most of its action and what's going on.
Sure.
And riveting plot. Wait, no, not really, but it doesn't matter because it's a canon action movie.
There you go.
And
yeah.
If you know canon, they make schlock, beautiful schlock.
I am unfamiliar with their stuff until now. I probably have seen stuff, but
they've made lots of movies. All the Death Wish sequels. All of the most of that guy who's terrible does martial arts. He's old now. Oh, wow, I can't think of Chuck Norris's name. There it is.
Yeah, I haven't seen many Chuck Norris movies.
Cyborg, Life Force.
Okay, well, see,
Runaway Train.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Life
Force
a good movie.
And Cyborg, I know I've seen at some points.
Okay,
yes.
Canon has done tons of awesome schlock movies that we'll be getting to, but this is one of them, American Ninja. And hey, what else can I say about memory-wise besides ninjas? Swords, awesome.
Yeah.
That's
the
all
only
a kid
thing
needs.
that triggered any sort of memories from me in this whole movie was the motorcycle jump. Like, I had seen that clip somewhere before. Not probably from the full movie, but I've seen the clip before.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm curious because this is more my movie than yours, so you've seen it with more adult eyes, and I watched it twice, and I still it brings me back to being a kid. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I know it's a bad movie. I know it's a B movie. I know it's bad, but I still enjoy the hell out of it.
Well, I'll get into a deeper discussion about how I feel about the badness of this movie, and how good it is because of the badness.
That's true.
Later,
okay.
But for now. Let's just go through and let people know about what this movie's about.
It's an American, and he's a ninja. And so the tagline for this movie is, "The deadliest art of the Orient is now in the hands of an American."
God damn it. What happened to the world?
American Ninja! Then the cover for this is awesome because there's the backdrop is an huge American flag, the hero in the front, Michael Dudkoff or whatever his name is.
I was going to just call him Joe Armstrong.
Joe Armstrong. He's got a katana in his hand, which he never uses, and ninjas don't use, and then a ninja is blocking it, and he's got his muscles out, and he's in his GI outfit, and it's awesome. America. Reaganomics. It was great. So that stuck with me, too, seeing that poster. But I guess, the movie.
Did you ever have the poster?
No, I didn't have the poster.
That would have been awesome if you would have had the poster.
I want the poster. It looked great. It looked great on my walls down in the bar. What's this movie about?
Well, a mishmash of things, that's for sure.
It sure is. Well, it starts off very quickly in a cold open, and the military base in the Philippines, I think?
Yes. Okay. I broke my one rule of looking things up because I became obsessed with where this movie was shot, and yes, it was shot in the Philippines.
Yeah, at first it was, is this in the Caribbean? No, it doesn't seem right. Okay, Philippines, that makes sense.
I thought at the beginning, I was like, are they shooting in Hawaii? Mm-hmm. And as they showed certain scenes, I'm like, that can't be Hawaii. This must be the Philippines.
I'm sure it was cheaper to film there and probably on a already military base using equipment, it looked like.
Yeah.
Comes in right away. There are some military trucks, and there's a group of guys playing hacky sack.
Hacky sack.
Yep,
yeah.
Group of privates playing hacky sack.
80s, and it's hacky sack.
Our hero, Joe Armstrong is off to the side, and he's playing with a butterfly knife, and he's too cool. Yeah, he's too cool. He's a that shows you he's a badass. And then dorky guy says, "Hey, come on, I'll show you how it's done. Hey, hand us the ball. Give us the ball back that went flying somewhere because he sucks."
I wanted him to stab the hacky sack because that would have been awesome.
That would have been something because he's just standing there doing nothing, and that happens throughout the movie. As he's not Joe Armstrong, the Michael Dudikoff is not a very good actor.
Yeah,
he's just there.
He can chew. When he does his like solid stands, like I'm staring you down, he flexes his jaw muscles.
Huh. Didn't notice that.
He does it every time he does the stare down.
I saw him flex other muscles.
Whoa.
But maybe not his, whoa, no.
Put a shirt on.
No, there's another guy for that who's flexing muscles. We'll get to that other guy. So it starts off really quick, and they're just hanging around a bunch of military trucks, and then the Colonel's daughter comes out, and I guess she is going back home to the United States to...
She's going somewhere.
She's going somewhere, but she's going along with the convoy to the airport. Who knows?
They never really say.
They really never say, but she's hot, and do you know how she's hot besides looking at her? Because the dorky driver, he goes, ooh, and waves his hand, he's like, ooh, muy caliente, and then looks at another guy, another private, and he says, yow! So now she's established as hot. Colonel Daughter hot. I have no idea what her name is, but she's Colonel Daughter, so I'm going to refer to her as such.
I get it. I think I heard her name, and now I can't pull it out of
we can
the clouds.
Call her Nancy.
Whatever.
Call her...
No, Colonel Daughter.
Colonel Daughter. So they're going to the airport, I guess, and this convoy of big trucks are hauling something, and then they get stopped in the middle of the nowhere jungle of... Oh, there's construction out here.
Yeah.
But Joe Armstrong, with his ninja senses, looks in the rearview mirror and sees that a truck is
they're getting blocked in.
Yeah, getting blocked in. Something bad's happening. Bunch of guys with machine guns come out of the jungle and tell them to get out. And they tell them right away, we don't want to kill you. We just want what's in the trucks. But Joe, being a hero, doesn't like being pushed around. And
they pushed that angle of, oh, you're trying to be a hero. It wasn't because they were taking the convoy. It was because they were threatening Colonel Daughter. That's okay. What triggered him. Otherwise, he would have probably just got out of the truck and been like, screw it, take it. I don't care.
That's right. Yeah, so they're getting pushed out of their trucks and then put in a line at gunpoint. But then, that's right, in the car that is being driven by... the dorky private guy, and Colonel Daughter saying, "Come on, man, let's go, get out of here, let's go." And he tries to start the car, and
he wasn't
a
private.
Work.
He had 2 stripes. I don't know what that rank is.
2 stripes? Then he's corporal, because it goes, private, corporal, sergeant, right?
Sure.
In the army.
Why not?
Sure, we'll say whatever, but. She says, let's get out of here. Car doesn't start. They pull him out, and then he smashes his head into the windshield or the door window.
All the candy glass.
And then he just has a little tiny scratch on his forehead. Yeah, that's right. Then she gets smacked around and put back in the car. And that's when Joe Armstrong has had enough. He starts fighting them.
Don't touch the lady.
Don't understand why they didn't shoot him. They have guns to his head every time he's taking him out. But then another guy will come up. Hey, I have a gun on you. But then she, Colonel Daughter, gets in the car and she starts trying to drive away. They shoot at her with machine guns, hitting the tires, and she goes spinning and flips it right away. And then I think that's when all the other army guys like, all right, let's take them.
Yeah.
And they start fighting them, and it's a pretty good action scene. They're kicking butt, but then ninjas.
Of course.
Then ninjas happen.
Yep.
Finally, ninjas are there. Okay, wait. This has only been about 3 minutes into the movie, so it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Ninjas come down, and they do awesome ninja things. And
I don't remember if it was Joe or it was someone else.
Yeah.
The super shovel that can.
Oh, that's coming up. Oh my god! And this is in my brain from childhood since I saw this. Was holy shit! This is awesome. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, the ninjas come down and killing all the soldiers.
Yeah. Yeah,
you're right. And they're gonna shoot arrows at Colonel Daughter. And he picks up a shovel and blocks 3 arrows or something like that.
A bunch.
Instantly. And blocks them all. Like, one's about to hit her in the face. Nope, shovel blocks it. Holy shit, that was great. Those reflexes. It's impossible. There's no way. He jumps in the back of a truck and then hooks a thing, and then it flies and it blows up and destroying all that. So, just collateral damage.
Like you said, it was pretty good action.
I thought it was pretty good. But then there's too many ninjas, and so they have to escape into the jungle. Then they take all the trucks and leave, and the ninjas are chasing them into the jungle, and... Oh, geez, is Colonel Daughter annoying?
Yeah. They went heavy on the she's an annoying rich girl who doesn't understand what danger is.
Yeah, what actual danger is, and there's no way that I know movie ninjas are dumb and incompetent, but she's just yelling and talking the entire time. They would have heard her and found them right away.
I also like so she can't run in the jungle, break her heels.
Yep.
Okay, she's upset about that. Plop her down. Oh, she's wearing a skirt. She can't run. Rip the skirt.
Yeah.
Now this is where things start to get a little bit creepy. And her reaction to it is so like, well, now look at that.
Now you're going to have to pay for my Italian shoes.
Ladies, some guy you don't know just ripped your skirt open.
And he hasn't said anything. Since the beginning of the movie, he just hasn't said a word to her, and he just grabs her by the wrist and let's keep going.
Yeah,
and then they get to the water,
chucks her in.
Yeah, they both jump in, and the ninjas can't seem to find him, which doesn't make sense because it makes sense. He has this training to hold your breath underwater, but they come back.
He took a big breath of air and then underneath the water shared it with her.
Well, we could have seen that. Oh, the water is too murky.
There was a lot of things, not a lot of things, but there was a few things in this movie that they decided not to show us because of budgetary reasons.
Well, it's a cheap Canon movie. Gotta keep moving, keep going. Get out of the water, and she's complaining. I'm soaked. Look at me. This is crazy. Yeah, you're okay though. You're alive.
Yeah.
Who cares?
You got away from the ninjas.
Them, and they're gonna kidnap you or murder you. Who knows? But since they're wet, they have to take off their clothes and
nude scene, sort of.
No nudes. Well, the camera does pan up on Joe Armstrong's abs, and then that's because she's looking at him, and she realizes, he's hot. So now she completely changes, and before she was kind of hated him,
and she lost her annoying side very fast,
and now she's he's hot, so I'm gonna be less annoying, and now they're in love, I guess. But then they get back to the base. She's fine, gives a kiss on the cheek, and says, "See you later." But now all the military guys hate Joe because they got 4 other GIs killed.
Yeah.
And so they're pissed off. And another guy, Armstrong? No.
Jackson.
Armstrong. Jackson. That's right. Curtis Jackson. He's a go-to guy, I guess, because they always say, "Hey, go investigate the ninjas" or something. I have no idea what's happening.
He was the badass.
He was the badass, but that's right. The ninjas had a leader, and he had a little black star underneath on his.
Yep.
And so you could tell who he was. He was
so you could tell him apart from all the other ninjas.
Yep. So when they put on the mask, you could still see.
Even though he had extra special outfit that he wore.
He had gauntlets. He had a little bit of red on him. You could tell just from his face that he's a different actor. I know. Yeah. They just wanted to make sure people knew that this was the lead ninja. And he says to the other ninjas, he goes back to his boss and says what happens. And he's a French guy or something. I can't understand him. They're having a dialogue, and they both have heavy accents, and I can't understand what they're talking about. But tells him that this guy has ninja training. He's special. Well, go and kill him, because I have a big deal that I have of $4 million or something with somebody at some point. And that's the plot. That
can't have him screw it up.
He's going to screw up my big plans of $4 million. But then back at the base, Joe gets yelled at by Sergeant, the guy with the mustache, and Sergeant New Jersey or something.
Always he just had an accent. Smoking his cigar.
He hates him, and then they find out. He talks to the colonel and tells, Joe Armstrong, he was a bad guy. He got arrested for something. He had amnesia.
Criminal past. Yeah, they go over the fact that, he has no parents. He has no social security number. Yeah. He has no background. How did he get into the military without having all this special stuff?
So he got in trouble somehow with the law, and they said you can either go to jail or you can join the army.
Because that's how it works.
That's how it works. That's exactly how it works. You have these choices. So, of course, he went to the army, and that's why he doesn't want to be there. It doesn't matter.
So, around this time is one of my first favorite lines. It's actually not a line, it's a dialogue of, did you ever hear of ninjutsu? What? You know, the secret art of assassination? Of course! It just was a very straight,
the way Jackson says it, too, is he's very upfront about, "Sir, have you ever heard of ninjutsu?" And he just gets frustrated.
But he's just like, what?
He's never
heard I've never heard of that. What? The Secret Art of Assassination? Oh, of course I've heard of that.
Well, yeah, I got to pretend that I've heard about it. But it is a strange series, and I guess, I mean, this is 1985, and all this stuff is still relatively new to audiences, so that's their way of explaining it.
It is a very good way of
saying what it is, and yeah, there's more stuff in here that, as a kid, I mean, yeah, for 85, wow, this is something I've never seen before, or just starting to see more and more. But then they get in Armstrong and Jackson get into a fight.
Yeah.
Well, Jackson is provoking him, saying, "Oh, you're a karate boy, huh? You're a hero. Come on, show me your moves." And of course, he kicks his ass.
It just was funny because I liked it because Jackson did everything textbook in order to be thrown around the way he was.
Yeah, so he extended his arm out and okay, grab it now. Hip position here and flip me. Okay.
Yep. Every time I'm just like, all right, yeah, it's more or less like, the movie showing you that these are stereotypical maneuvers. I don't know. Maybe it's because we've now seen
it's and that's something else too, now that you've seen more and more movies with Jackie Chan and Hong Kong action movies, you could start to see
that and
the style and how it's done, and
taking classes and certain stuff
and that too, and you can see that it's sometimes it's fluid and sometimes but I still think it's pretty good.
No, yeah, it's just pretty good. I like the character Jackson and the actor Jack.
Oh, he's very charismatic. Yeah, he's a really cool guy, and he's so cool that after the fight, he even loses. He tells everybody, "Joe here, he's cool. We're best friends now." They're gonna,
and everyone's like, "Okay, yep.
You're
good guy.
Best friends, got it."
Totally forget about those other dead guys.
Dead guys? No, they're best friends.
Yeah,
doesn't matter. But then that's right, the bad guys. That's the some Colombians or something. Come in.
I didn't know if they were Germans or what. They just had some accent, and
they were speaking Spanish.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. Antonio or whatever the guy was who ran the plantation.
Wow, you remember their names? Holy shit! It didn't matter because they come in. They're going to be buying whatever
something.
They haven't said yet what the French plantation owner has, and then he shows them the ninja training with the rainbow ninjas. I love it.
I'm just like, what is this? Is this most extreme elimination challenge training? Because that's what it looked like
everywhere, and they have designated areas. And so these ninjas over here are all in blue, and they're doing the rope climbing of the wall. And now the red ones over here, they're dodging spikes on swinging logs of some kind or something.
Yeah.
So and awesome because there's ninjas doing ninja shit. Yes.
And there's a giant poster with all the points of the body where you can majorly hurt people.
Yep, you can practice your dimmak over here. That's the touch of death.
They didn't talk about that in the movie.
No, but they do show that the Black Star Ninja has a touch of death, as he has to demonstrate that he's an absolute badass and merciless. So the French guy says, "This is my private army. They'll protect you and the goods that we're going to be delivering." Demonstration, and Black Star Ninja fights three
or four red ones
with bamboo swords. And watching this guy fight the actor, he is very much a master of martial arts.
Yeah.
And watching it watching it now even more, I noticed, he knows karate. So like we talked about before, noticing that because of his movements were very karate-like. I can't describe it, but you can tell that, and the way he went in between all three of them attacking at the same time.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I noticed now is that's not ninjutsu.
No.
Ninjutsu is kill your opponent, distract him, and leave, and get out of there as quick as you possibly can. Yep. Sometimes you don't even kill him, you just will hit, and that's why I have ninja stars. You throw them, just hit him somewhere, and just you go back into the shadows and hide and run. Or you kill him as quick as you possibly can, cheating no matter what.
Yeah.
They have no honor. It's just, that's why they're assassins.
Yeah.
Kill as quickly as you can. If ninjas were able to have guns, of course they would have guns. They would have everything. They would be using swords.
They had them later.
No. They're traditional ninjas. Wait, no, they're not. And lasers. Oh,
yeah.
My God. Ninjas with lasers.
Well, this scene also introduced that all the bad guys have beards.
I didn't even notice
People
that.
with beards are terrible people, according to this movie.
Maybe in the 80s they were.
Yeah. I mean, let's look back at some other movies.
I can't do an example.
Die Hard. Bad guys have beards.
Okay.
Good guys don't.
All right.
Okay, that's all I can
That's
pull
all you
my
got?
butt.
So I was going to say then...
I'm sure there's more.
All right. I can't think of any examples now either. I think one of the ninjas almost hits Black Star Ninja and pisses him off. So then he breaks his neck. Yep. There you go. Now he shows he's a tough badass and doesn't give a crap about rainbow ninjas.
And Antoine makes Beardos feel better by saying, "Don't worry about that ninja that we just killed. He feels honored to be killed by the leader."
Okay. No worries.
None at all.
Mm-hmm. So now that Joe and Jackson are best friends, they come up with this, and then the other dorky private guy or whatever, who is the driver, he sets up the date between Joe and Colonel Daughter, which doesn't make sense. I was confused by why they did that.
Well, Jackson is trying to convince Joe to do these demonstrations, and they're going to make money by doing these demonstrations. They're going to be able to quit the military by doing these demonstrations.
Because he's so fantastic at fighting.
And during this conversation, Joe is doing his cleanup duty because he's a bad guy and he does bad things, so he's got to do the bad guy duty.
Clean up
and
garbage.
they seriously take 10 steps, and there's another trash bin. Empty it, 10 steps, another trash bin. This is the cleanest base.
Exactly. I was going to say, did you see any garbage anywhere? No, because there's every 10 paces, there's a garbage can for you to...
And it's bright red. You can't miss them.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a really nice military base.
It's very convoluted how they get Joe off base.
Yeah, and then how he gets off. Yes, he's going to go have a date with Colonel Daughter, and that's when he gets on the motorcycle, Jackson's motorcycle, and that's when he jumps the conveniently placed ramps to get all of the base walls, over the base walls. And really, it's just a boring scene of them going out to dinner, and they don't really talk much, but you do see that
Sergeant
and
New Antoine
Jersey
are together.
Is his name Antoine?
Antonio.
He's a French guy. He's French.
I don't care. I'm calling him between those names now.
Fair enough. I'll call him Antoine then.
Okay.
Let's call him Antoine.
Deal.
Kind of wonder what his real name. No, I don't care. Was it important when I was a kid watching this? Not important now.
He doesn't know how to button his shirt all the way up. That's
it's hot in the Philippines. He's got to pop that shirt.
Well, it is. So I understand.
He's popping the shirt. But yeah, Antoine says to the sergeant, "I want him dead," because they see him over at the restaurant. Then Colonel Daughter invites him back in, and it's implied that they have sex.
Yeah. Because
she wants it because of his abs. He's relatively handsome, I guess, but he has no real personality.
No, not really. I mean, he talks a little bit, so...
that's right. He talks a little bit, and his voice is a little bit higher than you think it would be. That's just what I noticed this time around, but...
But really, what we take away from that, she puts out on the first date.
Yeah.
That should tell you something about her. Joe Armstrong. Think about that.
Do you think he's really worried about that? He's just going to ninja vanish whenever he wants to.
He doesn't know how to yet.
Not yet. He hasn't gotten to his final bits of training. So have we had a flashback yet of him?
Yeah, at some point there's that flashback. Mm-hmm. I think when he's sleeping, because he does his forms while he sleeps.
He does his finger weaving, which as a kid, what is that?
It looks interesting.
Insane. It's very interesting. It's like I looked it up because I didn't actually know the name of it. It's Keee-yah, whatever. There's 9 points, and each of them give you like chi power.
Yeah, so they kind of talk about that later.
They go over it very quickly, and as a kid, obviously no internet. Didn't know what it was. Hard to look up. Books.
Go to the library.
I even looked for that, but then you get distracted.
Out in the country.
Shurikens. Neat. That's way more.
Yeah,
it's way more interesting. But yeah, I assume it's chi energy gathering to whatever you want. I guess it's talked about a little bit later on.
So the next day, he gets tasked with making a single delivery down to the docks.
Yep, because the sergeant has it out for him because he was told.
Yep. He's got to get him killed.
So we know the sergeant's in on it.
Yeah.
And then goes to the docks and dropping off stuff. There's no one around. And then ninja attack.
Yeah, everywhere.
Lots of ninja.
Random guys outside, lock him in.
Yep, lock him into the warehouse, and ninjas attack him. He dispatches them pretty awesomely, quickly, and I'd say Michael Dudikoff is a pretty good fighter.
Yeah, he's fairly decent.
Apparently, he did not know any martial arts before this. That the guy who plays Jackson did, apparently, but not.
Yeah, the things I breezed past to find out where this place was located, there was the biggest statement that I read was that there were people that were seriously worried because of lack of knowledge of martial arts, and those people being expected to do martial arts.
And it looks like had I not looked that up, I would assume that they got him because he knew martial arts and that he wasn't a very good actor. But apparently they got him because he looked handsome, and I guess, good enough actor. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think he's great at doing it.
What I liked in the scene because like it gets you introduced to the sound effects, which
the swords like ching ching,
very
each other.
That's not that's not what they sound like, but
that's great.
They're fun. I grew to like them by the end of the movie very much, and I really got a good chuckle out of the underhand shuriken throw.
Yep.
Because I'm like, what?
Yep.
What?
He's got his own way of throwing those things. He's fighting, and there's one scene he's fighting. He's got ninjas all around him, and he managed to grab one of their swords, and then he just does a backstab.
Sure.
And he stabs a ninja that was hiding in a barrel.
Oh yeah. The one that was in the barrel. He pops out after he gets stabbed.
Should have popped out a little earlier there in Barrel Ninja. But then, the guys who locked him out start stealing the truck. So
he's breaking out because he needs to get away from ninjas, because ninjas are going to kill him sooner or later.
Yeah, just keep on coming.
Non-stop waves of ninjas.
It seemed like it. He killed at least 24 ninjas, it seemed, in there.
But then he manages to do parkour without parkouring.
Pre-parkouring.
All the way up to catch up and do some, like, flop jumping onto a motorcycle.
Punches a guy, grabs his motorcycle.
And then there's a great motorcycle punching scene.
Yeah, it's a good chase scene. It's silly because it's going through on the docks, but there's a marketplace and there's cardboard boxes everywhere. Yeah. Of course, it's a cheesy scene. But what's good is it goes pretty quickly, and it gets in front of the truck for some reason instead of jumping on the side of it. Yeah. And then the truck just rams his little motorcycle, and it looks from the driver that he ran him over. Yeah. And just continues on his way. But Joe is so
good.
He's got good agility scores in his stats that he
18 or above.
Yeah, really high. And used some of that ninja finger magic. And he holds on to the bottom of the truck, and it goes all the way to the base, goes to Antoine's base. Yeah,
and they don't bother to check under the truck. No. Yeah, whatever.
It doesn't matter. They've had no problems before. Yeah. Then that's when Joe realizes they're stealing brand new weapons from the military.
And they show one finally, and of course they flip open the top. And it's like a rocket launcher.
It's a high-tech rocket launcher with
that just made me giggle because that's like the typical 80s awesome thing to have. Oh, he's got a rocket launcher.
M16s and rocket launchers in the 80s were the shit. And ninjas. Woo! But then I think he's digging around, a guard sees him, more ninjas fight, but then he gets away. Yeah. It's not much of a ninja fight because he's trying to get away. And then
in the process of getting away, you see the gardener help him out.
That's right.
Who mysteriously comes out of the tall weeds.
Because Frenchie, or Antoine, has a gardener, and it's Asian
he doesn't talk.
Japanese guy, bald. And
they found him in the jungle.
That's right. Just explain him real quick. Oh, he's found in the jungle. He was a World War II vet who was still fighting. Didn't know that the war had ended, which has happened in real history. That they just got separated from the unit and would continue to fight because that was their code. Yeah. But he helps Joe escape and says, "We will meet later."
Yep. Like, we are connected.
We are connected. And Joe's like, "All right, whatever. Well, thanks." Bah. Goes back to the base. And then starts trying to tell the boss, the colonel, that they're stealing the guns, but then just place them under arrest and then put them in jail. So that's where Black Star Ninja then, at that night, comes in to kill Joe in his cell.
Yeah, I think so.
And then, and while in the cell, Joe Armstrong does some more finger ninja magic. Yeah. And it's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny because it's, this is a military base, and just crawling with ninjas. They really got to spray for them because they're highly vulnerable to ninjas.
Lousy with ninjas. But Black Star Ninja goes in by himself, but Joe hears the commotion and
prepares.
He hides behind a little wall where the toilet is and jumps over and runs out. And then they have a pretty good fight throughout. They're on top of armored personnel carriers
But I gotta say, for the ninja that opens the door to Joe's cell, tossing your smoke grenade, then opening the door and going through the door is not very sneaky because you only have so much room you're going to be coming through the door, whether or not you're shrouded in smoke.
And you kind of blinded yourself a little bit with that smoke.
You don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, you have no idea.
But and then MPs catch on that something's going on, so they start coming over and shooting at everybody.
They hear a ninja fight, and they're sweet. We want to watch this ninja fight, but then get a shuriken to the neck, and they're shooting at Black Ninja guy, and then that breaks it up. And I think then Joe goes to talk to Jackson.
Goes to Jackson. Jackson convinces him to go talk to the Colonel.
Oh, yeah, and Colonel daughter is along with him. Like, we'll talk.
Yeah, because Jackson brought her along. In.
Well, it makes sense in a little bit, but it doesn't really make sense. But she's just there, and she's like, "But Dad, you have to listen to him." And he says, I believe you that they're stealing our weapons. Hold on, let me call someone. And of course, the Colonel's in on it too. Yeah, obviously. And they try arresting Joe again, but he just runs through the window door.
More candy glass.
Just breaks on through. And is this a chase scene then? Yeah.
Yeah. The Jeep chase.
Oh, I love the Jeep chase scene because the Sergeant New Jersey is just pissed off that
tosses one of his own out of the Jeep because
you don't know how to drive. I'm driving. You're doing fine. You keep shooting the pistol at Joe Armstrong and nope, gotta get rid of this guy. Kicks him out.
And then they kind of, butt Jeeps.
Just a little bit.
And then Sergeant Jersey gets knocked off the side, rams a tree, and explodes.
Very slowly. And it wasn't much of normally it's a huge cliff that you go off of.
Yeah.
He just went into the ditch and hit a small tree. And I love he's just yelling. Blows up, just flame everywhere. It's so great.
Yeah, that was worth the money on that one.
That was very good. Cut back to the Colonel, and he's meeting with Antoine. Frenchie is there, and there's you're screwing up my plans. Type of thing.
And he's like, "No, you can't go through with the sale. This is too much.
I'm in charge, Frenchie, not you." And what I noticed in this scene is the Colonel's pants. He has them just pulled up into his butt crack. Those khakis are just right up, wedging his ass.
Well, talking about not really good actors, the Colonel's.
Oh, he's awful.
Not really a good actor.
I've never seen that guy before or since in this movie. But while they're talking in back at the Colonel House, Black Star Ninja has snuck in and neck punched Colonel daughter.
Donkey punches her, basically.
Jesus Christ. Just hits her in the neck and then injects her in the neck with something afterwards in his ninja gauntlet of tricks that he has that we're starting to see.
He just wanted to make sure he got the job done.
Yeah, he did. And then they bring him back. And so now she's been kidnapped.
Yes. Finally.
Finally she's been kidnapped. So then I think Joe heads over to the base. That's right. Yep.
Yeah. Well, he's driving there in the Jeep.
He drives over to not to the base, Antoine's base. Antoine's plantation or whatever. Ninja hideout. Whatever.
Ninja plantation
hideout, and he's taking out guards left and right. But then he's reunited with his master.
Yeah, the gardener.
It is now time for you to your next level training or some
whatever it was to unlock his memories that he had hidden away, that this guy locked away to keep pain from something
like that.
And then it was the QVC of ninja weapons.
Yeah, first we get the flashback on what happened to Joe Armstrong. He was abandoned in the jungles. This Japanese soldier found him when he was 6 or something. And trained him to be honorable. So when the time came, he would be honorable
and a ninja,
which don't make sense. But then there was an explosion of some kind that separated them, and
it was that construction explosion.
Oh, that what it was?
And they mentioned that earlier. That's how they found him as a kid, and then blah blah blah.
And he tells him that the Black Star Ninja has gone away from the Bushido code, and he must die. You must kill him because of this. Wrong.
But
samurais,
ninjas, I know. I was just like, movie, come on.
Have the Bushido code of honor. Ninjas give no fucks about that.
Exactly,
because they're assassins.
I even had to explain that to my wife because I made that big of a deal about it. I'm like, what? She's like, what are you complaining about? I'm like, this is why.
This is wrong. Jeez. And then he shows him all the ninja weapons and goes through them, and awesome. I wanted to get all those.
I like though, it's just like, and here for $2.99 you can get this.
Here are size. A wide arrangement of shurikens. So cool. And then he gears them up and just.
And I just assumed that Joe took everything.
Oh yeah, all of them were on him. Yeah, he's got everything on him. He's got a chain. He's got the sickle. He's got tonfas. He's got size, ninja toe. He's got everything just strapped on his back. But now they spent the entire night doing that.
Yeah,
which doesn't make sense. As Joe killed a couple of guards. No, whatever. They didn't notice that at all. And now it's morning.
Yeah, and they want to get the shipment out.
The Colombians or whatever coming on a helicopter. They've got the money.
Yeah, they're agreeable to it, and then out of nowhere, the rooftop.
He's a ninja. He can appear wherever he wants.
Except he can't shoot a bow with anything.
I suppose. Yeah, he shoots a bow at their feet. And then shoots again, but then Black Star Ninja grabs it, and breaks it. So then what does Joe do?
He breaks his bow.
He breaks his bow. Keep shooting.
At least throw it.
Do something. Nope. Then they start shooting machine guns at him. He runs off, and then I think
they bring out Colonel Daughter and say we'll kill her.
Yeah. But then Black Star Ninja and Joe have a fight in the obstacle course while this is happening, and then. Jackson comes in with the military,
and they start shooting stuff
everybody.
Driving their Jeeps everywhere. Jeeps shouldn't be going.
Just shooting everybody. It's just chaos now as they've come into this plantation, and the two drug dealers or the arms buyers just standing there. Get back in your helicopter and leave.
They just look stunned about everything, and they're like, I don't think this is such a good idea.
And then Antoine's like, it's okay, it's fine. This happens all the time. That's why I have ninjas. They're going to take care of the entire problem. It's
Meanwhile,
fine.
Ninjas are just falling left and right.
There's one ninja, though. So Jackson is in the back of a Jeep, and he's got a huge machine gun, and he's just mowing people down.
Yeah.
And there's one, I don't think it's a ninja, it's just a guard. And he gets shot. And did you
falls.
See him? He actually gets shot, so he's dying, and he moves forward and climbs over the railing to fall over instead of just falling backwards.
I just remember that there were so many fun deaths in that whole sequence. I'm just like, this is really. You have people like popping up in the air to die. You have people just collapsing. Like, I guess I fall down now.
Yeah, they're just bad extras. Bad Filipino extras. Well, they weren't paid much to get to be in a movie.
But that fight between Joe and the Black Star. Oh,
it just kept on going. Yeah, they fight throughout the obstacle course.
So they show that off again. They show more weapons off,
and then showing that he's got a flame. Black Star Ninja's got a flamethrower attached to his.
I thought he just
hand.
did a Hadouken.
He could have. Yeah, they're fighting through all this. Oh yeah, before that though, yeah. I skipped the whole thing where Joe comes out and he's got two sides, and that's when they brought out Colonel Daughter, and all the ninjas surround him. But then in a puff of smoke, his master appears, also in ninja garb. Yep. They're surrounded, but they're taking out ninjas left and right. And he actually can use magic. He has actual chi magic because he disappears and then reappears. But that's when Black Star Ninja threw a knife. Killing his master.
The master took it for
He took it,
Joe.
He was good with the sort of... The dagger was flying towards Joe, and Master took one in the heart form. And how does Joe repay him? Doesn't say anything. Just holds him a little bit.
Doesn't he do like a no?
I don't remember him going no.
I don't know.
And then they chase him through it and blah, blah, blah. They're fighting. And more ninja lasers in that gear, and he's got ninja miniguns,
ninja claws, and then throwing ninja claws.
They're showing all the weapons that they have. Well, he's got them all on his back. He's got to use them.
It's just a fun display. I'm they had those too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's great. They got to use all these.
Especially ninja lasers.
Oh, the ninja lasers so good. completely misses it. He probably only has one shot with that and hits a vase instead, but... And it's escalating. Even Jackson had a little fight with a big guy.
Oh, yeah.
They kept on punching and kicking each other in the dick.
You had to take him down somehow.
And then Jackson fights this other guy later on, just random guard, and Jackson punches him once, and he's got him beat. Mm-hmm. And Jackson's shirt has ripped off this time, so now he's flexing, what I referred to earlier. He's just, whoa! And he's just punching this guy, and he's done. Stop it. Nope, keeps on punching this guy, picks him back up, no he doesn't, but he's on punching him, flexing the entire time. Ooh, yeah.
And then, was it the wimpy guy that pulls out the rocket launcher?
No,
Jackson did it?
Yeah, Jackson does it because he actually takes out that guard by the trailer. He goes in there and he sees the rocket launcher. But before that, then Joe and Black Star Ninja have a fight in the water, in the pond.
Yeah.
And he finally bests him and kills him, twists the sword into Black Star Ninja and kills him. And now... They were getting in the helicopter, Frenchie and Colonel Daughter, and trying to escape. But I want to watch. I don't know what he did.
Oh, he wanted to watch the Black Star Ninja kill Joe.
Or do you think he was waiting for Black Star Ninja because they're lovers, and he was afraid? He was waiting for him to get back onto the helicopter.
It's possible.
That's how I saw it.
And then he was distraught when he saw him die.
And then, okay, let's leave. Joe jumps on it, and he dodges Antoine's bullets. You're so close. How did you miss?
I'm surprised Antoine didn't fall out of the helicopter, by the way. He was just out there.
Joe managed to grab Colonel Daughter, and they jump onto a rooftop that is shot wide, but you can obviously see they have cushions on top of the roof that are colored like the roof.
Yeah.
Whatever. Keep them safe. And that's when Jackson finally can shoot the rocket launcher
and
blow up the model. I mean, the helicopter, obviously. And movie ends.
Yeah.
Instantly, credits. And that's
awesome.
It. American Ninja.
I did like, though, on the helicopter where, Antoine's shooting out the side and Joe's dodging, and Antoine looks like he's going to fall out. And then Joe climbs up the other side of the helicopter, opens the door, surprises Colonel Daughter, who screams, and Antoine's sitting back there again inside going, oh, what? Like, he was shocked that
maybe he thought
Joe was still there. It was just another one of those funny moments where it's like, that didn't exactly work right. But
because you would have seen him fall and, yeah. And that was American Ninja.
That was.
And it is a good, bad movie. I know it's bad, but that all those scenes I still remember and will always stick with me as a kid of being introduced to ninjas.
I can totally see that. It's such an 80s niche action movie that's done exactly in the style of 80s niche action.
So I would definitely recommend it if you just want to watch a fun action movie. It's the plot's stupid, the acting's not good, but you're here for the fun action.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
It went by really quick, too. I don't think it was a very long movie either.
It's like an hour and a half, I think. My big feeling while watching the movie in the first half was, this feels like a John St. John movie. And by the end of it...
You want to explain what John St. John is to people who definitely don't know who that is?
If you don't know who John St. John is, he makes movies that are shoestring budget, but he manages to get semi-famous, if not actually famous people to be in them, and it's not caring about the quality per se. You're going for a very sharp crap,
and he's doing it on purpose. He knows it's bad, unlike like Sharknado, where they know they're making a bad movie but just fail at it. John St. John, and now that's his character that he plays. And yeah, you're right, they get a lot of actors because they just want to have fun in their movies.
About making fun whatever movies
that are silly and ridiculous. So a couple of movies are FDR, American Badass. Yep. You have Pool Boy, and then there's I think there's one more.
And I can't think of the
but those are the two we've watched, and they're amazing.
And I think this is like, if they take the same script and pretty much take the same storyboards, they could have a great John St. John movie with this. They could have a ton of fun with these. I watched this movie and then started watching the sequel. When I saw that there was a sequel, I was somewhat interested.
They made 5 of these.
Oh my!
But I only saw the sequel because that's when the characters Joe Armstrong and Jackson come back, and they're just on another mission together, and that's what you want Yeah. It's a little buddy cop, and it's still fun. Then the third one, the actor Michael Dudikoff is no longer in it. It's some other guy, and then he comes back for the fourth one, and they get worse and worse and worse. From what I understand, I think I probably tried watching the other ones, and those are just boring. Where even the sequel is pretty entertaining. It's still pretty good. It's the same, I think, same director too.
I mean, they're kind of onto something. I think it can be remodeled today. I think
you're right. Yeah, what you're talking about.
And it'd be a lot of fun. And I mean, I accidentally saw that they made this movie for $1 million.
Really? Wow. Well, that was canon. That's what they did.
Yeah.
They would
you can do a John St. John version of this for $1 million and make 10 times that back.
I'm pretty sure Kevin Sorbo would want to do that. And Jason Mewes, he's not doing anything.
It just made me kind of giddy thinking about remaking this movie, knowing that it's like cheesy bad.
Wait, why do they have to do it? Why don't we do it? Well, I have $1 million laying around.
Well, we could always, Kickstarter it or something, and you never know.
Oh, that's great. Well, that is American Ninja.
All right, so if there are any movies out there that involve ninjas or Jacksons or exploding Jeeps that you think we should look at, see if they hold up today's standards, you can give us a little message at therewinderspodcast@gmail.com, or you can let us know on Facebook.
We're going to have to ninja.